Welcome everyone. We've got a few guests this morning. We've got Ali Bussey, Head of People and Culture, Safety. So Mark's really nervous on the camera this morning because if he forgets to hit record, he's got his manager watching him. Welcome back, Bruce. Been off for a couple of weeks, so good to see you back. We've got Zoe and Zoe, who some of you might have had contact with. They're going to be issuing a survey. Afternoon hour. We've got birthdays, anniversaries. Tim Page turns 31 this Sunday, and he's also got 3 years service up on Friday. So I'm guessing that he was 28 when he started it, for those that can do maths. Ali's here today to present Cam, who you would have seen was announced as our HSR, England HSR Leader of the Year. So Ali's got a certificate and a little gift for Cam for that award.
Yeah. Congratulations, Cam. I think this has been going for the last 2 years. So NEVent have featured really heavily in the HSR and the HSR Leader of the Year nominations. A couple of examples that we got for Cam, as well as having the most nominations as leader, were things that people described were that he actively contributes to safety. He has a willingness to tackle complex items and achieves positive outcomes by engaging with people, proactively leads by example, but actively listens to others before deciding on the appropriate course of action. So from a safety perspective and as a safety leader in the business, we want to say thank you, Cam. So not only do you get this fabulous certificate, but you also get a $1,000 voucher, as do the HSRs of the year as well when they're nominated. So congratulations, mate. Thank you for everything. Can't smile.
Well done.
Well done, Cam.
I'd just like to say thank you for that award. It is quite humbling to win a safety award, especially from a business that values safety as highly as this one, and also that has a business that has such good leaders. So that really means a lot to me. I honestly didn't expect it. Thanks to anyone who nominated me. I appreciate it a lot. That's awesome.
Well done. So I just want to reinforce what Ali said. Cam's a great leader. You'd appreciate that. You'll notice when we have team meetings or toolboxes that the list of actions that's outstanding is very minimal. Having been on that end as well, that takes a lot of effort and focus to do that, and you have to really want to have the interests of the team as a focus for yourself, to be able to go through and to keep going and keep those actions down and to get things resolved. So well done, Cam.
Just helps.
And I guess the pub,
Plenty of vouchers for it. So the TSWH have thrown me in the deep end again. I'm only kidding. They were out working all night last night. So start off, thanks to them and thanks to everyone else that aren't here that stuck their hand up. There's about 15 guys that worked. I think a lot of them knocked off around 3 or 4 in the morning. So that's an excellent, good result. Got the HV back on out there with 10 poles ripped out of the ground. So switching, Seb's not here to run through our switching toolbox, but we're at 489 days without a switching incident, so that's bloody excellent. 11 days to go until we reach the milestone of 500, which there'll be more details to come on how we're going to celebrate that. So there's been 3 near miss and 2 incidents reported over the last week. The near miss was a switching near miss, which is picked up in a briefing. So the guts of it was, if they carried out the switching as per the brief was, they would have left an open point in the wrong spot. So they had closed isolators here and open isolators here, where it was meant to be the other way around. It wouldn't have actually affected any customers, or wouldn't have actually even been an incident. It was just an open point in the wrong spot. But it shows the vigilance of the crews in that briefing to pick that up, so that was awesome. We had an incident where a worker put his back out lifting his line bag. So that worker went down to the medical centre and is now on light duties. So it's just a good reminder, guys, to always make sure you're using correct manual handling techniques when you're lifting the anything. Line bags can be quite heavy. All right. That's still ongoing, that one. Sorry. There's 3 written here. Oh, there was another tripped over cable in the walkway. So we had 2 near misses in a week. 2 in 2 weeks. So we briefed one, and then I reckon the day after that toolbox, someone else tripped over some cable in the walkway. So it's been fixed again now, but don't put stuff in walkways. If you need to, put cones around it and make it obvious. Put barriers around it, right? It's doesn't need to happen. There's plenty of room out there. Some general depot stuff. There's not many people here at the moment, but Reese wants to step away from the switching mentor role. He's been doing it for 2 years, I believe, and he's done a great job. There's nothing wrong with him wanting to step away, give someone else an opportunity. So if you are interested in the switching mentor role, get your names back to Justin, because I'll be off next week, from next week. And he'll work with the other switching mentors to find a replacement for him. So there's just some information that we've been issued 314 high-risk service replacements on a feeder, which need to be completed by the end of the year. So you may find yourself out doing some service replacements job. That's just an FYI. Now, myself and Cobbs were at the Leaders Forum the other week where the SLT presented the 22 to 25 strategy. It was a great presentation from them, and it was really good to see Distribution Services' name get dropped multiple times by every member of the SLT. They do really value us here as a group, and it was great to hear. Now, there's a plan for us. The SLT are buying us all either a coffee cup or a water bottle. So just pass it around. What I want to do is get your choice back to me by the end of tomorrow. We'll give it tomorrow now because there's not many people here. It doesn't mean you're definitely going to get what you choose, but if we get our choices into Fiona early, we may get what we want. Now the idea of these is for me to sit down and have a conversation with you all to discuss in regards to working for Enervin, and specifically here, what is your why and what is your purpose. So we're going to do it a little bit differently because it's going to be hard for me to sit down and have a coffee with 41 people. I'll be bouncing off the walls by the end of the day. So we're going to have a presentation at the next safety meeting where we're going to run through a slide pack and a video which outlines the strategy, and then we'll break up into groups and a little bit like we did with the switching stuff, and then we'll come back and present some of our whys and what is our purpose. So stay tuned for that, but if you can have a think about those questions in the meantime, that'll be great. Mental health first aid nominee outcome. So for Ferryden Park, as you're all aware, we put this out to the group. We had about 8 volunteers, I believe, and the group voted. So for Ferryden Park is Sean McLaughlin. And St Mary's is Josh Blanks. But I'd like to say, because so many people put their hand up, use those other guys as someone to go have a chat to if you're more comfortable with chatting with them. I don't have the list of names with me now, but Mark has it. But if you remember from last week, if there's someone you do feel more comfortable talking with, feel free to go to them as well. They'll be happy to do that. Now the Zoes are here to give out a survey on manual handling because they asked for a list of reports of injuries from cement bags, which is what they're looking into, and there actually isn't any in our system. So looks like you've all got it already. If you can fill that out this morning before you go anywhere, and give that back to the Zoes because they're going to finish their report by the end of the week. So they'll be very thankful for that. That's all for me. Cobbs is going to run through an event and safety alert.
Yeah, and if you've got any questions, you can ask Zoe or Zoe straight away the intent of the question. So this is about their education, so it's important that we put a bit of effort into it and not just a tick and flick. Just reinforcing what Cam said about the Leaders Forum, we broke for morning tea and one of the guys I used to work with comes up and he goes, oh, it's the bloody Distribution Services show this morning, is it? That's how much we were mentioned and how much highly regarded we are. I've got 2 ones here. The Glovers in Kadina lost control of the conductor when they were changing insulators on the top double on a 33. The top double it's a construction where it goes from side to side, and there was also some wind coming from the side that it would have been tending to go into as well. They were holding it and got away and hit the pole, or the cross arm flashed over. This is just the one that they put out the next day, so there's not a lot of detail on it. Assuming the guys were fine, because it just talks about what happened and nothing else. But it's just the local depots put that out, and then an alert will come out in a week when everyone's had a look over it. And also just information, the Gawler Rail electrification. If we have to go in there at all, that's all alive now. The trains aren't running officially yet, although there's trains on the line for training, but if we have to work in there, we would have treated it as alive anyway, but it is alive now.
Cool. Anybody else got anything they want to discuss this morning?
I just want to say a big thank you to the family for the support you've given me over the last couple of days. It's been a couple of weeks, and I really just thank you all. It's been great.
Good.
No worries,
That's what we're here for, Bruce.
Thank you.
I'll give you a big hug, but there's too many people watching. Alright, we'll do that later.
Just lastly too, thanks Brucey, and we are certainly all here for you, mate. Today is going to be a mess because of last night, so Liam will have a quick look at that. I'm going to touch base with Dusty this morning. We may be going out and helping out with the supply efforts still this morning, I have no doubt. So if everyone can just grab a seat somewhere not too far away and fill out these surveys for the Zoes, that'll be excellent, and we'll come and find you when we're ready. Okay. Cheers.